Guiding principles: the road to responsive and real time justice, efficiency, innovation, access. Reform unfolds over time. Systems, processes, people, and other resources need to adapt, adjust, and level up over time to be more useful, efficient, and responsive. Irrelevance is the curse of the unchanged and those who refuse to change. The Philippine judiciary must resist that fate. A bulwark of tradition, it is born of age old doctrines and precepts of justice, justice and the rule of law, and the dignity of all. Universal principles that anchor human civilization. But the judiciary's vested relevance lies in its ability to transform beyond traditions and to keep in step with the changing times. Reform is an imperative that the judiciary must embrace for its own regeneration and survival. Challenges. Every year without fail, the Supreme Court in its annual report cites the evils of clogged dockets, case delay, and little to no resources as some of the perennial problems that beset the judiciary. Congestion and slow court administrative systems exacerbate the situation. These problems result from many factors: scarce resources, poor court to population ratio, rules of procedure that allow for protracted litigations, manual processes that endanger delay, and incompetence or negligence on the part of some court officials and employees. As the COVID 19 pandemic lingers, intermittent lockdowns and reduced workforce arrangements are expected to worsen the delay and congestion in the courts. No matter the cause, the consequence is concerning. Inefficient court systems, both adjudicative and administrative. The outcome could be graver: greater distrust of and lesser confidence in the courts on the part of the general public. This is the one true challenge to the judiciary. Why does public perception of inefficiency and even corruption in the courts persist? Such perception primarily arises from a lack of understanding by litigants and citizens of both the adjudicative and administrative processes of the courts. Such perception stems from largely unfounded notions that cases are not decided on merit, or that courts act faster when one has the right connections. Even more worrisome, such perception has raised transparency and accountability questions about the courts. This is even as the courts are one of the so-called five pillars of the criminal justice system. The courts, the prosecutors, the law enforcers, the administrations of the corrections and penal system, and the community. And so, when a litigant complains of delay, an incessant blame game ensues. One pillar pins the error on the others as a standard response. A coordinated approach to the delivery of justice by all the actors is, thus, the necessary solution. This Strategic Plan for Judicial Innovations 2022 to 2027, or the SPJI, is anchored on the constitutional mandate of the judiciary to deliver speedy and equal justice for all. It is anchored on four guiding principles: timely and fair justice. To secure and deliver justice is a core function of the judiciary, but to uphold the rule of law is a great role of the judiciary in our democratic system, which is achieved only through the efficient and fair performance of this core function. The Filipino people deserve a judiciary possessed of competence, integrity, probity, and independence. The judiciary must provide timely and independent adjudication and assure equal access to justice, real time. Transparent and accountable justice. The judiciary must uphold transparency and accountability to inspire public confidence and trust. The judiciary must engage and consult end users, the bench, and the bar, and leverage technology while balancing the demand for judicial independence. An ethical climate and environment that nurtures professional relationships and strong workplace ethics will strengthen institutional reputation and enhance organizational and individual productivity. Equal and inclusive justice. For genuine access to justice, court services must be accessible to everyone equally. Judicial proceedings and processes, adjudicative and administrative, must not only be free from overt discrimination of any form, but must nurture a culture of respect, sensitivity, and inclusivity across distinct genders, identities, roles, needs, and vulnerabilities. The judiciary must promote an inclusive environment to eliminate biases against all genders and social sectors. Technologically adaptive management. Technology must be the platform for running basic court systems and processes, foster creativity and innovation through design thinking and management, and drive sustainable growth and development in the courts. The limitless potentials of technology will be tapped to bolster efficiency, access to justice, accountability, and transparency. These guiding principles will inform the SPJI to achieve the following outcomes. Outcome 1: efficiency through streamlined court systems, both adjudicative and administrative, and effective monitoring and evaluation of the performance of justices, judges, and court officials and personnel. Outcome 2: innovation through the creation of an information and communications technology infrastructure for the judiciary. Outcome 3: access through inclusivity, transparency, and accountability in court adjudicative and administrative systems and procedures.